Priyanka, thank you very much for
Hi,
this
Faridoon.
amazing.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm all right. Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. Fabulous conversation that you just had with Mr. Bedi.
Thank
I
you.
have one question for you, having known you for such a long time. Um, you actually read the book for this launch. Many
I
people would
mean,
not do that, maybe because the sort of paucity of time that you're having. And you've always taken these things very seriously, that aap jo bhi karte ho, you are totally immersed into it. How important has this quality been in your success?
मेरे लिए बहुत जरूरी है, and especially I feel like I think it's disrespectful if you come on to a job and you don't know what you're talking about, or if you don't know what you're doing. And disrespect is something I can't tolerate. And कबीर सर के साथ इतने सालों से काम किया है, जानती हूँ मैं उनकी पूरी फैमिली को जानती हूँ, पूजा को बड़ी अच्छी तरह से जानती हूँ. And I just think that he's a man I'm very curious about, and I know his story has been written about for such a long time. But to read a story from his own in his own words was important to me. Plus, also, it doesn't take very long to you know put in the effort, and it really irritates me when people don't. So I'm glad that I have a work ethic that allows me to be different like that.
Right. And now, having written a book yourself, how difficult is it to just decide that what is it that maybe you don't want to keep in the book?
Um, for me, what was very important in my book was I wanted it to be about my journey, and just my perspective. And what I did not want was anything salacious, anything that would give your columns a lot of days of writing about. So I just wanted it to be about my journey, my emotional growth as a woman. So that was one thing. And second of all, if it's boring, then I didn't want to keep it in the book. So I wrote a much larger book, and then I edited out things that I didn't think were important enough. Maybe I'll keep it for the second one.
What do you think has been the biggest achievement for you so far?
What my biggest achievement, I guess, for anybody who's working outside of their own home country, I built a career in my home country that has given me, people reacting to my art. But I think what to me feels like the biggest achievement is just people actually knowing my work abroad, and like actually talking to me as an artist and appreciating my soul as an artist, and not just the popularity contest. When I walk into a room, they people know the work that I have done. And I think that is a big achievement. Winning a popularity contest as an actor, whether you're in Bollywood or Hollywood, has never been the name of the game for me. I'm an artist and I have a point of view. And I think knowing that people give me respect for what I bring to the table that is, I think, my biggest achievement.
Kabir sir said something that once he started off, be it Europe as well as Hollywood, Indian artists, they were generally considered, that they have to be from some other nationalities. Just getting an Indian to play a character was not really in vogue at that point of time. Now, with you just producing a wonderful film in the White Tiger, the BAFTAs and Oscars, and the way it is moving across, it's something which is really really interesting. So, how important has it been for you to just for your personal roots to get recognized in the West?
To me, it's most important because जब मैं आई थी यहाँ पे तो फिर I wanted to do mainstream work. I had enjoyed being a mainstream actress in India. I know what I bring to the table when I join a film. I know my job. And I didn't want to just be a stereotype or a sidekick in big movies. I wanted my face on a poster. And that was such a struggle when I first started looking for work in America. And this is what 6-7 years ago I'm talking about. It was like people didn't understand that concept in a really big way. Those movies always ended up becoming like niche movies or independent movies. They were never like ये अच्छा mainstream film hai. So when like I was telling Kabir sir, even when I joined movies or started working in America, I had to shed unfortunately, my Indianness, so that the globe sort of understood that, okay, there's this person who's an artist. It wasn't too alien. But once I got their attention, then I pivoted back to educating people. And that is a very big quest of mine, is to educate the world about the industry that we come from, the fact that Indians have the ability to stand shoulder to shoulder to anyone of any ethnicity within any industry. And, for us to have guts and courage and demand the change that we need, instead of being invisible, like we are usually taught, ki, acha, problems mat karna, kuch bolna nahi. I'm not that person, and I encourage people to come out there and let's show the world, what we're capable of. And the White Tiger was a big example of that, and I'm continuing in that way of collaborating with a lot of Indian talent, and bringing and producing work in Hollywood, which will be helmed by Indian talent, written by Indian talent, and that's just my quest now.
One of the things that I really respected about the book and Kabir sir was, after reading the book, was that he has at least two chapters in his life. One is with Parveen Babi and one is with Siddharth, where he talks about the mental issues in a very sensitive manner. What do you think is the importance of having a conversation around mental health and normalizing it?
I think it's absolutely important. I think, like Kabir sir said, the stigma exists in a really big way. And I think, the brain is an organ, just like the kidneys, just like the heart. If we have an issue with your heart, you go see a doctor, right? So the same way, it's as simple as that to educate people that your brain is also an organ. And we know hardly anything about how the brain works. Like even in the medical field, we're just about learning ourselves. So I think it's really important to give credence to the fact that this is a real thing. And as a society, for us to be able to support people, who are dealing with mental health problems. And I think that'll only happen with conversation. And I'm really glad you asked this question. And I'm really glad, Kabir, so you addressed that in your book, because you went through such a painful period with your son. And, and as a parent and as a family, like, I think it's really important that you had that conversation too. So it's great.
Let me end on a more positive note here and say congratulations on having acted in, produced The White Tiger, which is Oscar nominated for a Best Adapted Screenplay. It's a huge achievement. I loved the film, and I congratulate you for making it. And I congratulate you also on Unfinished, your great book, which should be read by everybody too. So thank you for many things, Priyanka, and above all for launching my book.
Thank you,
Kabir sir
Faridoon.
and Priyanka. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
So good to see you. Go get it.